So this is how buyers make decisions between your product and a competitor's product. But what about will I? Sometimes buyers don't compare you to a competitive alternative. Sometimes buyers only say, am I going to buy one of these? Yes, here's my money. And that's it. Who's been bungee jumping? Go ahead, raise your hand for me. Okay, I'm not going to pick on Ron because I already know the answer. I want, your name?
Jeff.
Jeff, thank you, Jeff. Jeff, where'd you go?
I jumped off the bridge in Zambia.
Beautiful, nice. So Jeff jumped off a bridge in Zambia. Jeff, do you remember how much you paid?
No idea.
No idea, okay. I'm going to pretend that I know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
It was $100.
Okay.
Okay, you paid $100 to go do that.
A while ago.
Yeah, by the way, Jeff, out of curiosity, when you jumped off the bridge in Zambia, did you say to yourself, I could jump off the bridge here in Zambia, or I could go somewhere else and go bungee jumping? Or did you just say, am I going to do this or not?
The highest commercial jump in the world, I was definitely just doing that.
Okay, it was just a, am I going to do this or not, right? And so let's say you paid $100, right? But first of all, I want to point out, this was a will I decision. He didn't say, what's the competitive alternative? You know, where am I going to get the best deal? He just said, am I going to do this or not? So you paid $100, we'll say, right? Do you think you would have gone for 125?
Yes.
150?
At that moment, yes.
200?
I don't know.
Okay, so there's a really important point. Price didn't drive his decision. We can get the price to a high enough point where he says, no, I'm not going to go do that. But he is not that price sensitive in this area when he's making the will I decision. Now, all of the rest of you, you happen to be Jeff's best friends. You happen to be in Zambia right next to him when it's time to do this. It is only $100 to go bungee jumping with Jeff. Who's going? Raise your hand.
Come on, Zambezi River.
I'm surprised. There's an awful lot of people who raise their hand. Usually we don't get that many. That's nice. You guys are risk takers. Okay, for those of you who didn't raise your hand, I'm just really curious. $75. Raise your hand if you're going to go for 75 instead. Nobody. 50. Come on, 50. Okay, nobody. So the point is that price isn't driving your decision. Something else is driving your decision. When people are only making a will I decision, something else drives that decision. What we need to be able to do as business people, as salespeople, is recognize when is it that people are only making a will I decision and not making a which one decision, and maybe create opportunities or products or situations where people only make that will I decision. So when buyers are only making a will I decision, they didn't consider a competitive alternative. They're not that price sensitive. You go to the movie theater, how do you choose what movie theater you want to go to? Well, what movie's showing? How close is the theater? Maybe the price of the ticket at the movie theater. You know what you're not thinking about? The price of popcorn. After you walk in, you ask yourself, am I going to take out a mortgage today or not? Right? And that's because there's no competitive alternative. You're driving down the freeway, you're in the middle of nowhere. I live in Reno, Nevada, by the way. It's easy to get to the middle of nowhere. And you see the sign that says last gas for 75 miles. You glance down at your gas gauge. It says 1/8 of a tank. You pull off. The price of gas is 4 times the price that it is in the city. Are you buying gas? Yeah. Price isn't driving that decision. Something else is driving that decision. One of my favorite examples is the iPhone. Let's think about the iPhone for just a second. If you have an iPhone today, I will bet you that you are currently thinking the following. Should I upgrade to the new 14 or not? And here's what you're not thinking. Should I upgrade to the new 14 or switch to Android? Right? Because you're addicted, you're stuck. right? You're in this iPhone world, and this is why Apple charges way higher prices than than Android phones do, because we're making will I decisions, and Android buyers are making which one decisions between all the different manufacturers of phones.